Hello and welcome. Is the centre conducting a vendetta against Mamata Banerjee? Are the CBI investigations a way of frightening her? Well, Derek O'Brien certainly seems to think so. In this interview, he argues that the government's real allies are not other political parties, but the investigative agencies. However, he says, it won't work. The opposition will unite and it will defeat Narendra Modi. Okay? But what happens after that? Will Mamata accept Rahul Gandhi's leadership? How stable can any opposition coalition be? Well, Derek tries to answer those questions as well. It's an unusual day for you, isn't it? You're Trinamool's parliamentary party leader, and you've just delivered a speech in Hindi for 20 minutes at a dharna. Is that a first?
That's a first, yes. Wonderful, Chandrababu Naidu's dharna, and obviously I have to speak fluently in Bengali and in English, but Hindi I've been working on it, and it is a good start. I'm feeling very...
20 minutes, yeah?
Yeah, 18-minute speech in Hindi.
Any sort of Bengali type mistakes? Or
yeah, full. Must be full, because in Bengali we don't have gender, na?
Yeah, but that Bengalis make that mistake with English also.
Yeah. But it's great, and I think it's important that being in Delhi, being in Parliament, Bengali, English, and I'm working on my Hindi. I think in about 6 months I'll be ready to deliver a full speech in Hindi in Parliament.
Which begs the obvious question. Are you guys preparing for power at the centre?
I don't think about that my Hindi has got anything to do with that. It's just that Mamata Di, being a 2-time chief minister, being an MP for 25 years, being a 3-time union cabinet minister, fighting all these people movements and struggles. Obviously, she's one of the most experienced politicians around. And if you've seen what's been happening in the last few months, she has become a kind of a, part of the engine room.
So I'll take that as a yes. You are preparing for the centre.
Yes, of course, because I think it's not only us. I think what we will see, we actually saw it on the 19th of January, where we had 24 political parties who came together. And I think what we will see 2 months from now, 3 months from now, is this strong federal unitary structure. So the states are going to have a big role to play. And I think just to give you some sense of how it's already working, we always had a good sense of coordination, good coordination in Parliament. After the 19th of January, what happened is, for the first time, all of us worked on a document together. Now, that was the first. So 22 political parties, including the Trinamool Congress, signed off on this document, which is to the Election Commission on EVMs.
Okay.
Everybody signed that document, so we own every word in that document. And then I think we've come to another agreement with all the 22 parties, and even some of us who have differences in the state. But so we say the focus is going to be on jobs, or the lack of them, farmers, and the breakdown of institutions, be it Parliament, be it CBI, and of course the fourth issue is corruption. So on these, this is the unwritten common minimum program for these 22 parties.
Which is what you'll go to the polls with?
Yes.
Okay. Before we go on to how you will go on to the polls, the united opposition, let's talk a little bit about the events of the last fortnight. Let's talk about the CBI versus Calcutta police battle. Wasn't it unprecedented for the Calcutta police to try and arrest the CBI guys?
I think there were some things. Firstly, they didn't arrest them.
They took them away and kept them in the station.
They were detained, and they had chai and biscuit in the... So I think the biggest
thing is
that...
The rest of them gave them food.
See, the timing of this, I mean, is too apparent. I would take you back to the 20th of July 2018. That was the first date, the day Chandrababu Naidu's TDP brought a vote of no confidence in the Lok Sabha. 1 week later, their TDP MPs were targeted. The Aam Aadmi Party, to every quarter they are targeted. The Congress Party, there have been so many examples. Lalu Yadav ji is another example. Then you come to the 9th of January, SP-BSP alliance. 10th of January, they went after Akhilesh ji and Bayan Mayawati with CBI. And now 19th of January was our big rally in Calcutta. And then this. So this is blatant political vendetta, because this case has been going on from 2014, and they've given letters. So, for example, the letter is dated 20th August, and you have to appear on the 14th of August. There are 5 such examples. And the police commissioner, in fact, what has even the Supreme Court said? The Supreme Court says no coercive action against him. You can't interview him in Delhi, in Calcutta, or in...
so they chose Shillong as a neutral venue.
So we asked for a neutral venue. So actually, in a way, whatever the state's lawyers made as an offer letter, that in fact became the terms of reference for the Supreme Court. So this is a dirty political game.
So you're in no doubt that the CBI is pursuing a vendetta on behalf of the BJP?
Actually, our fight is not with the CBI.
So why is the CBI?
Nor is our fight actually with even the BJP and the CBI. We believe that this is actually Modi Shah CBI, Modi Shah BJP. So
Modi and Shah as your opponent, CBI as their ally?
Yes, because they've lost to the other. So they're using the CBI. I don't think the CBI officials, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. So I think this is a big, because I believe that we believe that this is the kind of narrative also, the kind of expressions a few days ago, the personal attacks on politicians, they're kind of going really low.
Why?
Why? I don't know, different theories. One is, well in Bengal, they don't have a chance. And I think overall...
But they may do well. They may do...
No,
they may get 12 seats or so?
No. Please, that's the kind of Delhi spin they're saying. I think what will happen is who comes second, third, fourth in Bengal, that's not Trinamool issue. Trinamool is far ahead now. Whether they replace the left as an opposition in Bengal, that's a fair expectation from them. But I think to say why do you think it's like this? Because I mean, as a student of politics, I think they've maxed out in so many states. They can't go up. And all indications are 150 to 160 is where the NDA are. So where are they going to get these 110 seats? So this is kind of terrible politics. And it's not only about CBI, it's not only about other kind of things, it's about blood and bullets and spreading rumors. There are all kinds of things happening in Bengal.
So let me take some of the things they say. They say that, all right, you can accuse the CBI of vendetta, but the police should not have interfered, to which you're saying they only took them for tea and biscuits. They say also that it's extraordinary that a sitting police commissioner should sit on a political party's dharna.
No, two facts wrong. I mean, your question is phrased incorrectly because of the facts they've given you, or the facts that you've read in the media. Sorry. Okay. Number one, it's not a dharna of a political party. It's a dharna by the chief minister to show solidarity with the state administration. Number two, the police officers did not sit on dharna. Imagine what happened. 41 CBI officers land up at his place, at the police commissioner's residence on a Sunday evening after not acting for 4.5 years. I don't know what they went there for, because if 41 of them are going to be there to quiz him, some big quiz show, but on a more serious note.
Beats any Born Vita quiz contest.
So what did the chief minister do? When the chief minister, who is also the home minister of the state, goes, sits there, the officers are there for about 45 minutes, may have been bad optics, sat there, briefed about the situation, what's happening in the state, unprecedented, 41 CBI officers, and off they went. So this is not a spin which we would accept. I think the bigger picture here is that no one will believe that all this movement from the CBI is just happening. It's all politically motivated. And chit fund, since these are all about chit funds started in Bengal in the 1980s. Trinamool was only born in 1998. One of the biggest chit fund scams, which I've never spoken about before, is actually in 2016. I forget the name of the company, it's in my notes. But there in Gujarat, I think it's called Pulse, whatever. 40,000 crore chit fund scam, not a single person arrested by Mr. Modi and Mr. Shah. So the funny part here is that Modi and Shah paint everyone with this brush of corruption, and if they are the paragons of everything which is honest, we have made on our Trinamool website, and some other parties have done it, the A to Z of corruption. I gave you this Gujarat example. There's another big scam. I was thinking about it last week, was the MSME. The MSME is a scam because there's a company called Capita, and all MSMEs have to give their data to this private Gujarat, Ahmedabad headquartered company called Capita. Please look into Capita. If some journalists do some investigative reporting, you'll realize that all this data of MSMEs is going to this company.
Okay.
Why is this company getting all this data? And of course, they are the perpetrators of the largest man-made scam of the century, which is demonetization.
Okay. Which more demonetization later, but when you say that the perpetrators are scams, you're actually making a very serious allegation without any evidence, so presumably you have the evidence in your notes, but so far at least, you're saying that Modi Shah are corrupt?
Modi Shah are the grandfathers of corruption. They're the big daddies of corruption. And that is why they're
You
trying...
do realize you're a minority. Every poll that's taken shows that the people of India believe that Modi is personally honest.
You see, I don't know about the polls which have taken. Let's not get into even the personally honest, because even all this muck he's trying to throw about Naidu's son and somebody else's son. Firstly, that conversation is not becoming, forget about a prime minister. I mean, any decent human being would not say what he said. And what is personally honest? I mean, you think all this Rafale is only fiction? What personally honest? There was a parallel negotiation going on. And let's not get into personally honest. There was Mr. Shah's son after demonetization. What about personally honest?
So you are alleging that?
Yes.
That they're dishonest?
I am telling you on record that they are corrupt, that they want to ruin every part of the constitution. I also want to say, see, you have to forget...
You can allege...
No, I'm not alleging.
No, you can claim that they've ruined our institutions, that demonetization did damage. But you're not saying that. You're saying they're personally corrupt.
Since you say about ruining institutions, you know, we weren't allowed to make our speech in Parliament. So here's one institution I've got...
Are you going to make the whole speech?
No, just 3 figures. 48 bills introduced for this session. 48 bills. Yeah. They allotted 5 minutes each. They're ruining Parliament. Now, earlier governments, be it NDA, be it UPA, 65 to 70% of parliamentary bills are sent for legislative scrutiny. You have to scrutinize these bills. Now, I'm not talking about NDA in the past or UPA.
I think everyone accepts
65%. That number of scrutiny is down to 20%. Modi and Shah's BJP do not understand what is to scrutinize bills in Parliament. They don't. Even this latest legislation they brought, must have gone for a walk in Lodi Gardens and decided, hey, the opinion poll numbers are bad. Something else is bad. Let's bring a bill, 10% reservation. In 24%, in 24 hours, you pass the bill. I wonder, this same Shah-Modi combination of BJP, why don't they bring the women's reservation bill? What's the problem there? Modi talks about love for women, triple talaq bill. Why don't you bring this bill? As Trinamool, I'm so proud, my party actually doesn't need the bill, because we don't need a bill, because the Indian parliament is 11% women.
Yeah.
International number is 21%. The reservation bill, when it comes, will be 33%. Mamata Banerjee's Trinamool is 35% already, and 50% in the local. So this is the big talk they give. This is the same talk.
I accept all that. But is the way to fight them to prevent Amit Shah's helicopter from landing, trying to keep Yogi Adityanath out of your state?
Rajnath Singh has done 6 meetings there. Yogi Adityanath's done meetings there. They've done meetings. 2 were for technical grounds. We've done our own research. Why would we want Yogi Adityanath or Amit Shah's rallies not to? We want them to happen in Bengal, because we ourselves have done research in the two pieces of research we have, and I'll share it with you. It's no secret. Yogi Adityanath's hit rate of losing constituencies is 70%. Wherever he goes, they lose 30%. They win only 30%. They win 30% and they lose 70%. To come to Bengal. Amit Shah's hit rate in bypolls in Bengal 2014, 4 bypolls. We have done much better, and I'll even tell you why.
Why?
They do not have a Bengali translator who can even translate what they're saying. I'm not even getting into, Bengal is not just, they don't even have a translator who will come and say, this is what they're saying, so they can't even be understood in the language they speak. And second, Bengal, you've lived in Calcutta, you've lived in Bengal, you come in Bengal, you let fly 2 slogans saying Mishti Doi, and you say Shonar Bangla, and you think that's it, over and out. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. So we want them to come, they're welcome to come. The same BJP who's claiming that this happened, Panchayat elections, what happened in Tripura? 94% of the seats were won in Tripura without a contest. Who won them? BJP. In Bengal, 30% we won without any contest. What do you want us to do in the panchayats? You don't have a candidate, you don't have an organization, we cannot supply
Are you saying that they come and make these speeches and they make them in Hindi and nobody translates them?
No, I'm telling you. So let them come.
Really?
Well, I don't know why they do it. They're totally, because they only have one agenda. They can't answer question on... See, Bengal is a little different in the sense that we have delivered. This Mamata Banerjee government, it's not about, you can't make this into one communal story, because in Bengal, It's what we have delivered, what you have delivered. Come, take us on that. Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. 600 crores, 60% spent on advertising. That's Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. Come to Kanyashri, one state. One state, 6,000 crores. 60 lakh girls touched. UN award. Gone. Next, come to farmers. Just a quick example. Farmers is a very quick one.
Yeah.
You have promised in your 2014 manifesto double farmer income. So be it. We in our 2011 manifesto said we'll double farmer income. Now we didn't double it. Because from 11 to 19, we've now tripled it in Bengal. From 11 to 19. So these are the hard numbers. 60% of people there get free medicine. So they can't compete with Mamata.
This is the part of the interview where Derek O'Brien deals with the big questions. What exactly will be Trinamool's role in any future coalition? And will Trinamool agree to play second fiddle to the Congress party? We talked a lot the last time about why you guys are opposing the BJP, or according to you, not the BJP, just Modi Shah, because there is no BJP, you say. What we haven't talked about is assume that your dreams come true and the BJP loses the election. What happens afterwards? You've had a rally, you've talked about opposition unity, but there are several questions unanswered. The first is the Khichdi question, the question the BJP is asking again and again. You guys have nothing in common except for hatred of Modi. How will you stay together?
Hatred of Modi is not something we have in common. There are a lot of good people in 2014, and I say good people, well-meaning people who also voted for the BJP in 2014.
Yeah.
A lot of young people. They have been badly let down.
Yeah.
It's like David Ogilvy, the great advertising guru. He said it's very easy to sell a product first time to somebody. They did that very well. It's the repurchase which is the problem. So that's the problem with the BJP.
Okay.
As far as we are concerned, let me tell you very honestly, the kind of coordination which we've always had among the opposition parties in parliament, perhaps not everybody gets to see about it, that is really happening now. You ask any of these 22 parties, all of them, I'm including the CPM and the CPI also who signed off on the EC document, even though they'll be an irrelevant force in 2 months from now, there'll be single digit seats.
I wondered if you'd throw that in.
No, but that's not important.
Right, okay.
That's not important. So everybody signed off on that 5-page document. Nobody, every one of these parties will talk about jobs, will talk about agriculture, we'll talk about institutions breaking down, and we'll talk about corruption. These four. We will not be drawn into any other discussion. There is a lot of on the social media also. There's a lot of coordination happening.
You're still not answering the question.
So these are the examples.
But you're still not answering the question. You guys may have signed off on a minimum program. You're completely different parties. Some of you are run by very mercurial individuals, possibly your leader being an example. Are you going to be able to guarantee any kind of stability?
I think I'll answer that in 2 sentences.
Okay.
We will look for issues which we have in common, and I can tell you 4, 5, 6 which we already have in common, rather than dwell on issues where there are differences.
There aren't that many differences on issues, and I think you're right on that. The difference is in personal ambition and personality. Will that be able to hold together?
It's not about personal ambition and personality. I'll tell you why. If it was about personal ambition and all this, you know, then you would not have had an alliance, let's say like the SP and the BSP. You would not have had somebody like Mamata Banerjee who is invited every single party to her rally on the 19th of January. And I can tell you, at the top level, obviously that's important where the chiefs of the parties are there. Then there's a second level where there's good coordination. We've had lots of reasons, and I'll tell you there are lots of other people who are not in any of these parties who are also making significant contribution. At this stage, they want to remain unnamed.
Okay, so let's just ask the big questions. Whenever alliances have been stable, as say the Vajpayee government, which was a coalition, it worked because there was a lead party in the coalition, that was the BJP. The UPA, which was a coalition, lasted 10 years. Again, there was a lead party. Do you guys therefore want to include the Congress, which will probably be the lead party after the election?
See, there's no lead. This is not a lead, second lead, third lead about a nice play. No, this is going to be very clear, and everyone is speaking the same language. First focus is get Modi, Shah, BJP removed. Not good for the country, not good for constitution.
Next,
Second, once you get that done, you can be rest assured there's enough of experience, there's enough of ideas, there are enough numbers in this coalition to make it happen. You needn't worry about that, because in Bengal, it will be Mamata Banerjee fighting a Modi government. It will be Stalin in Tamil Nadu. It will be...
I accept all that. I'm even agreeing with you that you may well be in a position to form a government.
Yes.
I'm asking you how the Congress will feature in that coalition.
Congress will feature. The Congress are going to do very well. How
will they be part of your coalition?
That is a question you should have to ask the Congress. But I think Congress are working very... Did you see the statement which Mamata Di made? The day Mr. Vadra was harassed and hassled by the ED at midnight. I mean, her statement was, it was quick, it was direct, and all these stories about A doesn't like somebody, B doesn't like somebody. No. Mamata Banerjee, from the Trinamool point of view, is willing to work with everybody. And I think not only she, there are no egos on the table. They're all not even in the pocket.
So far, so good. In terms of Prime Minister, would you accept the Prime Minister of the largest single component of the coalition?
The Prime Minister will be decided by those 272 MPs, and you can be rest assured that is the least important of the problem. That's not the problem.
To you, yes, but to the guy who's going and voting, it's important.
The person has to vote for, the person who has to go and vote for, is why does he go and vote? He'll go and vote to say this guy promised us jobs. He didn't give us jobs. He promised 15 lakhs.
He'll vote against Modi. But what happens afterwards? You guys won't even be able to agree on a prime minister. You won't even be able to agree on a prime minister.
Not at all. I answered when I was on your show in November 2017. I said, you get ready for 29 different state elections.
I remember.
So 29. That. So Modi.
All that accepted. Prime Minister, answer that
question.
Prime
Minister, listen. There's nowhere in the Constitution does it say. Nowhere.
Yeah.
Nowhere does it say that you have to declare this prime ministerial candidate.
I'm not even asking you to do that. What I'm asking you is, will the leader of the largest single party be your prime minister?
No, this is something I cannot answer the question,
okay, all right.
Because it's an irrelevant question at this stage.
All right, okay.
The agreed,
all right.
The agreed point is
to say I can't answer questions.
No.
All I am asking, you know where all this is leading. This is leading to the Congress. Mamata Banerjee is on record as saying that I respect Sonia Ji, and they are friends, of course, we know that, but being somewhat less warm about Rahul Gandhi. Has that changed?
See, there's no thermometer to decide who's less warm, who's warm. He's the Congress president. Mr. Gandhi is the president of the Congress party, and all this kind of thing about warm, and she has a old equation with Mrs. Gandhi, Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, because they've worked together in the past.
Yeah.
So comparatively, Mr. Gandhi is a newer thing. She's an experience of 40-45 years. So I think they've had very few meetings also between them. But I think it's all very good. All very good in Delhi.
They haven't met each other, so it's very good? What?
No.
So how is her relationship with Rahul Gandhi? Have they met often enough? Is there any chemistry there?
Chemistry, physics, algebra, I don't know, but I can tell you with whatever my understanding is.
Yeah.
Mamata Banerjee is somebody who takes everybody along and works as a team.
As she has proved
she
has proved by walking out of parties and coalitions in the past.
No, she walked out of one party. I'm glad you asked that. She walked out of the Congress
and she walked out of a coalition also.
She walked out of the Congress party in 1998.
She walked out of a coalition also.
I'll tell you the reason for that also, but I want to dwell on this first part of it.
But that does not sound like a person who takes everybody along.
No, she does, because she's the only person since 1947, and on that list is P. Chidambaram, because if you leave the Congress, you either get subsumed back into the Congress or your career is over.
You're finished.
Mr. Pranab Mukherjee, Bharat Ratna, formed his own political party.
Yeah, and
294 seats, he lost the security deposit, with all respect to him.
Agreed.
So did Mr. Chidambaram, so did Mr. Sangma, so did Mr. Pawar, because Mr. Pawar now has a coalition.
Right.
There's only one person who's left the Congress party and still running a government on her own. Two, she's the only one who hasn't had somebody. Nobody. I mean, either
there's no father, there's no boy.
So that's what makes Mamata. And I'll tell you what Mamata Di's role is.
How she will react to
I'll tell you what Mamata Di's role is and Trinamool's role is.
What?
We are like the squirrel in a garden. And we really want to be the squirrel in the garden.
So the Congress is going to give you the nuts then?
That's a clever line. But by squirrel in the garden means we will do all the work for you. We're a very important part of the garden, okay? But we will perform a very utilitarian role. We are not trying to be the flower show in the garden. So we'll do our work. And Trinamool is fine with this, and there's not some chair which Mamata Di is like, so after. Chair has never been, hers is struggle, people movement, demonetization, for example, nobody was there.
The important phrase in that is there is not some chair that Mamata Di is so keen on.
No.
So does that mean she doesn't want to be Prime Minister?
As I said, the chair is not important. The more important thing is how do we get this country back on track?
You are the only politician I know who says the Prime Minister's chair is not important.
I did not say that.
Then you said the chair is not important.
I say that the chair is not the ultimate prize which you win for this.
Which is actually not what you said, but it's a reasonable position.
Yeah. So, I don't think so.
So she's not a candidate for Prime Minister.
That's what you said.
No,
I think, there's no...
You're welcome to deny it.
No. Please understand me.
Okay.
We are not here to sit in television studios and prejudge anybody. I think that would be very unfair to all the members in that coalition. Okay. So I think it will take less than 15 minutes.
I've known her since the 1980s. I like her, I respect her, I admire her. That's not the issue. We're just talking about the leadership of the coalition.
I think the coalition will decide. Those MPs will decide. And
you will not object.
After whatever name pops up, that will come. I don't think this is the right time in February when the winter is going away from Delhi. It's not time. It will be more like in spring.
Well, okay. But you guys have no objection, therefore, to Rahul Gandhi being...
I am not authorized to even speak on this because this is the All India Trinamool Congress's working committee, and our parliamentary committee, after the elections are over, with the chairperson, all these decisions are taken.
So therefore, it's open, but it's not by any means decided that you'll object.
We have only one focus now.
Which is getting rid of Modi Shah.
No.
What else? Then
our focus. See, we also have to be focused. Now, all very well saying getting rid of Mr. Modi and Mr. What is our role? What is Trinamool's role we bring? One is, of course, Mamata Di, and there are others, senior leaders with a lot of experience who are playing their part in different states and keeping everybody, focused. And second is we have to win 42 out of 42 in Bengal.
Do you think you'll do that?
We are fighting 42 seats, and there is a situation in
12
Bengal.
12 to 15 for BJP, CPM, something. So you're not going to fight.
BJP, all this gas bag they become. This is the same BJP Amit Shah who said that they are sweeping Chhattisgarh, who said they are winning Rajasthan, who said they'll win Madhya Pradesh but by a small margin. So don't believe these gas bags. Okay, people of Bengal know. They know the kind of work which has happened. And this BJP, who have a history of Godhra, people in Bengal know this. They will not allow this to happen. I'm willing to concede that yes, they may make some percentage vote increase at the benefit of the left, but that's more as a student of psephology. How that gets translated into seats, I think we are close to winning 42 out of 42, and practical, you may slip in 1 or 2 seats, and you may become 39. So we are already 34 out of 42. Remember in 2016, where everyone said, the Congress and the left have come together, what will happen to Trinamool? Nothing? 211 seats?
So you're saying BJP about 160 at the next election? Max?
No, I said NDA.
NDA 160, BJP.
But where's the BJP? Where's the NDA? Where is the NDA?
What is the NDA?
Who's left in the NDA? Except, I don't know, who's left in the NDA? There's nothing.
KCR, possibly Naveen Patnaik.
No, they're not part of the NDA. They may want to be the NDA plus, but I don't know. I don't think we should shut the door to Mr. KCR or to Mr. Naveen Patnaik.
Doors are open. Yeah?
Sorry?
Your doors are open.
Doors, windows, no locks on the doors. But I think it's time for these political parties, and I respect whatever the decision they take. In the last 4.5 years, and I can only tell you from my view in Parliament, there has not been even one occasion where either the TRS or the Biju Janata Dal have taken, I'm not talking about the barking, leave the barking out, where they've on one piece of legislation opposed the BJP government.
Yeah.
They haven't. So I hope, things get different. But as of now, 4.5 years, they've been pretty close to the BJP. But
there is speculation that as we come closer to D-Day, to election day, the cases against you guys will multiply.
Bring
there
it
are
on.
people like Kunal Ghosh who are coming and testifying against
Bring
all
it
of
on.
you. You have former members of your party who are now leading lights in the Bengal BJP.
But they have a very interesting, you haven't been to Calcutta for a while now.
I have.
They have actually set up this like the Turkish baths they've set up one just outside the BJP office. It's a huge Turkish bath where if you join the BJP, doesn't matter if you're all in scam and sham, you go there, it's a 12-minute process, and you have this bath, and all your sins are forgiven, and then you go in and you take the flag.
Okay.
Where you clean. Once you join the BJP, you are cleansed. That Hemant Biswa Sarma has got cases on him. So, see, you bring all this on. Corruption.
So you're not scared of more CBI raids, enforcement directorate.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
Thank you.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
And that's it for this week. We'll see you again next week. Till then, goodbye and take care.